I'm gonna say it's lechon, right? Makasalanan. Are you ready for this? Let's do it. Tara na. Hi guys, you know I love Filipino food, otherwise I wouldn't have Maputing Cooking and our mission to take Filipino food global. But you know, it's a cuisine that I think is really underappreciated outside of the Philippines especially, despite being, you know, one of the most exciting, you know, fusion cuisines with influences from around the world. There's the indigenous Filipino cooking style, there's Malay influence, Chinese influence, Spanish influence, you know, the American or Mexican influence on Filipino food, and it's all come together to this really interesting melting pot of flavors. But it doesn't really get outside of the Philippines, right? Today, I want to tell you about what is my 5 top Filipino foods that are about to take the world by storm. So number 5, it's Pakbet or Pinakbet. So this one, you know, it's got these really interesting combination of vegetable medley, right? Of the sweet vegetables, katulad ng kalabasa, and a bitter vegetable like ampalaya, right? It's got the Filipino talong. I love when you get the round, small talong from Ilocos. That just makes this dish, makes it look great. But you also take a very unique flavor of the Philippines, which is your, you know, bagoong alamang or bagoong isda. And because it's Filipino food, it's, you know, vegetarian but not really vegetarian. So meron siya yung mga bagnets dun sa taas, which is also a classic, iconic Filipino flavor, right? So it's a real explosion of flavors that successfully combine to parang yung sweet, bitter, salt, savory all in the one concoction. Number 4, lechon. For me, I mean, this is, you know, dahil makasalanan siya, pero super comfort food. I mean, this is one of the most satisfying things that you can eat in the Philippines. Like, so bad for you, but so good. So talagang na world-class dish. I mean, I haven't cooked this yet myself on the show. But, you know, if you check out, say, Anthony Bourdain, he's come here to the Philippines and gone, you know, hey, I have to change the global rankings of roast pork to make, you know, Filipino lechon number 1. Especially when it's that Cebu-style lechon na may maraming lemongrass, super sarap. You know, I think I know what I'm ordering for lunch today. Number 3, why do I love Humba so much? It's again one of these, you know, dishes that has a perfect balance of your sort of your salty, your sweet, your sour, your savoriness, all in the one concoction. And second, it showcases, you know, the integration of Filipino fruits into the cooking. So I love when you have like the piña in there, you have your pusa ng saging, you have your black beans, which is a Chinese influence on the recipe, bringing the salt. And you have this really nice trade-off between like your fatty pork mo and then the acidity coming from the piña. And let's face it, right, like Filipino pineapples are the best in the world, right? So in the cooking, it's really delicious. But my number 2 is actually Laing from Bicol, right? So Laing's a really fascinating dish. You know, not many culinary traditions have worked out how to properly use the taro leaves, right? They're quite bitter. So Laing is a dish I discovered yung very first time punta ko dito sa Pilipinas. And super sarap siya. I mean, it's like, you know, you have the coconut milk, the chili, and then this nice bitterness coming through. But I think what strikes me about this is such a fascinating flavor, and I think, you know, globally people are starting to get sick of everything being like just sweet or salty. And when you have a dish like Laing and you get this, you know, this real bitterness coming through. Pero, you know, may tamis pa rin, pero subtle yung sweet, right? Galing sa yung mga fresh prawns and yung coconut milk mo. So there is a sweetness to it, but it's really, I think, a bitter first dish, and there's so few dishes in the world that are like that. And number 1, why Sinigang? I mean, there's not that many sour soups out there, right? Like you sort of think in Southeast Asia, you know, you have your tom yum soup from Thailand, and then, you know, really it's Sinigang. But I mean, Sinigang is for me a far more complete and diversified flavor than a tom yum soup is, right? So you have, you know, sour, savory, salty, you know, all in the one dish. And I like mine really, really sour, right? Maasim pa. So you can have like, you know, like a porky sinigang or a corned beef or a seafood sinigang. And you can also change up the pangpaasim that you use. So, you know, you've got your tamarind or kamias or calamansi. You can use like a guava. So it's like a real mix and match, but all coming together for, you know, this really amazing soup. It's something that's just extremely different from what I think particular of Western culinary traditions are used to, but I think they're becoming more and more ready for these kind of flavors. The other thing I love about it is, you know, and I think why it'll take the world by storm is, you know, it's really healthy also. So you look at it and it's like just vegetables, water, a little bit of seafood, walang taba dyan. You really find with sinigang that if you were on a diet, you could actually go on like a sinigang diet. That's how good this dish is. So sinigang, it's gonna go global, definitely. So what do you guys think, mga kabano? What is your top 5 Filipino dishes that you think are about to take the world by storm? Leave a comment below with your list. Also, why don't you join me and help me take Filipino food global? Share out this video as well, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Anytime, action.
Anytime. Action.
Action.
Action. Number 4. Had to count my fingers there.